let's make something up here. We're going to go 2x minus 1, and then we'll go x plus 5. All right, I'm going to multiply these out really quick. Let's go 2x times x. That would be 2x to the second power. That was that. And then 2x times 5, that will give me 10x. Negative 1 times x will give me negative x, negative 1x. And then negative 1 times 5 would be negative 5. Okay, now we are working on factoring. We're not working on multiplying right here. So, if you guys need to work on multiplying, then you got to look somewhere else. Okay, so I simplified it. I added the two like terms, and this is what we got. Now, I want you guys to pretend that you never saw this, okay? You never saw that. It's just sitting up there. It's not there, okay? Don't look at it. Here's the problem. 2x plus 9x minus 5. The problem is factor this. How do you factor this? Now, this guy's different than the other trinomial that we saw before because the leading coefficient is not equal to 1. That means we have some extra stuff we have to do. Okay, I'm going to do the tabular method and the grouping method. Okay, so I got my table over there ready to go. All right, and my grouping method, let's do in blue. All right, now for the grouping method, we're going to need the big X. Now, you might even need the big X for the table over here. I don't know. It depends on what you personally need to write to make sure you don't make a mistake. Okay. Now, to get this top number right here, we're going to go 2 times negative 5. What is 2 times negative 5? That is negative 10. And then the bottom number is going to be positive 9. And then your job right now is to figure out what two numbers multiply to give you negative 10. See, multiply. And then what two numbers... Oh, that was weird. Okay, add to give you 9. Okay, so let's see. Let's think. Now, for you slow thinkers out there, let's write it out. We have 1 times 10. That'll give you 10. We have 2 times 5. That'll give you 10. Next number is 3, but 3 doesn't work. 4 doesn't work. And the next number after 4 is 5, but we already have a 5, so we're done. Okay, these are the two factor pairs that give me 10. Which factor pair would be the correct one? 10 and 1? So 10, one of these have to be negative. You say the one has to be negative? Yeah, that works because 10 plus negative 1 gives me positive 9. Okay, so the grouping way would have you do this. You see that 9 right there? We're going to split them up. We're going to rewrite this to say 2x squared, and then negative 5 is going to be at the end. And we're going to split up that 9x to be 10x and negative 1x. It doesn't matter the order. You can put either one first. It doesn't matter. So we'll do negative 1x plus 10x. And this is the grouping way. What you do is you take the first two terms and the last two terms, and you group them. Now, remember, I'm pretending that you guys didn't see this up here. Do you guys see this negative 1x and this 10x? Look at it. Look, it's up there. Oh my gosh, 10x and negative 1x. But we got it by doing like this, right? So that's what those two numbers are. That's why they're special. And for grouping, what you would do is you would look at the first two terms in the first binomial, and you'd say, what can I take out of both of those terms? Now, 2 and 1, I can only take a 1 out, so a 1's not going to do anything. What about the x's? Can I take something out of each of those? Heck yeah, I can. I can take an x out. So when we take an x out, what do we get? What are we left with? What is 2x squared divided by x? It is 2x. And what is negative 1x divided by x? Negative. No. Okay. And now we have our next one, our next binomial. What can I take out of both of those terms? 5. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, so when I take out a 5, we're going to say plus 5. Because, you always do the plus right there, okay? What do I get inside my binomial now? When I factor out of 5, the greatest common factor, we get... Oh, wait. Yeah, that's a 2x. You're right, 2x, and then divide that, you get... Okay, snap! Look at that! That and that, they're the same! And if they're the same, you did something right. So if you're looking at this whole thing like it's a binomial, that means this guy's a term and this guy's a term. Look at those two things that I circled. Can I take something out of both of those terms? Yes, you can take out a 2x minus 1. So let's factor that out. We're going 2x minus 1. And then what are we left with? What are we left with in this binomial? We're left with x plus 5. So x plus 5. And oh my goodness, I know you didn't think it was possible, but it is. We got the same thing that we started with. What? That's crazy. Okay, so what's this tabular method right here? Now, honestly, I think I like the tabular method better I was taught the grouping way. That's how I learned it. But this way I like too. I really like this way. So what we do is you fill it in first, all right? We put the 2x squared in the first box, this first square right here, 2x squared. And then you put the -5 in the last box. And then right here is the term you get when you add these two boxes together. That's going to be a positive 9x, okay? So you can see this is kind of looking like we're going to kind of do the same thing we did with the big X, but we have a box, so we don't need you, big X. Okay, so what two numbers will multiply to give you -5? All right, what two numbers can you think of? Okay, let's see. What two numbers can we think of? What? 1 and -5. Okay. 1 and -5. Oh, that would work, huh? Okay, and then what two numbers can you think of that will multiply to give you 2x squared?
2x times x.
2x times x. Hey, that would work, right? 2x times x. All right, now we got to test this out. So we got 2x times 1, which would be 2x. And we have x times -5, which would be -5x. Okay, do these add to give you 9x? Oh, shoot. So that didn't work. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. So how can we change that? See, is there a way we can change that to get 9x? It doesn't look like it, does it? Oh, my gosh. See, that's a little difficult. That's why I like the big X, because the big X kind of helps us with this. So let's think of it like this. All right. So now 2 times -5. All right. That's how we get the top number, right? Now, if you're not using the big X, you might just go 2 times -5, and you might kind of write that over here on the side. You're like, oh, that's -10. So what two numbers multiply to give me -10? Think about this. What two numbers multiply to give me -10? Don't think too hard, though. Let's write them out. 1 and 10, and one of those would be negative, right? 2 and 5. Hey, we kind of did this over here. Remember that? Okay, so we have 1 and 10 and 2 and 5. So now that kind of narrows down what numbers you can put right here and right here. So which two numbers will add to give you 9? Ooh, so 10 and 1, and you know that the 1 has to be the -1, right? Does that work?
Yeah.
Okay, so if this was 10 right here, that's cool. That would be cool, right? And this would be -1. And those would add up to this. Oh, they both have to have an x, though. So let's put an x here and an x here so that when we go x times 10, we would get 10x. So we put an x right there, and then x times -1 would be -1x. Cool. So now these add to this. Sweet. Does our thing work? Does it work?
Yeah.
Okay, so x times x, is that 2x squared? Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. So wait, there's a 2x squared here? Okay, that one of these has to be 2, huh? And what about 10 times -1? Does that give me -5?
No.
Oh, shoot. Okay, so can you guys try to fix my problem here? How do I solve this here? One of these has to be 2, and this can't be a 10 right here because 10 times -1 is not -5.
You can do -1 times 5.
So 5 and -1 will give me -5? Oh, there you go.
2 on the left.
And then 2 on the left.
And the 2 right here?
Yeah.
Not instead of right here?
No.
Yeah, instead.
Okay, well, why we put the 2 there?
So
We can get the 10. Oh, you guys are so intelligent. Okay, so that does work. You got that 2x minus 1, and you have the x plus 5. Oh, I kind of went crazy on that one, huh? Here, you know what? We can make this a lot easier. Okay, hold on. Let's make this a little easier. I like thinking, so I thought I would challenge you guys to think on this one. What if we did it like this? What if we went 2 times -5, and then we got -10, and we were like, oh yeah, 1 and 10, and then 2 and 5, and we're like, okay, cool. So, and we decided, oh, it has to be this one. So we have 1 and 10, and which one of these has to be negative? The 1. Okay, and we know that they both have to be x terms, so that this is an x term right there. Let's do it like this instead. What can you take out of this one and this one? Like factor out of those.
-5.
Yeah, you can do a -5 or a +5, right? And let's pretend we don't know that it's supposed to be a -5. And what can I take out of both of these? Or a +5? Oh, wait, they're both negative, so you definitely want to take out a -1, right? Right. And so now these add to give you +9. That works. Okay, so now what can I take out of both of these? I could take an x out of both of those, right? What can I divide out of both of those? Ooh, see, I kind of like that. Like, filling these two squares in first, and then finding that guy, that guy, that guy, and that guy. That was a lot easier, don't you think? So we have x plus 5, and then we have 2x minus now. Same answer.